Hello YouTube, welcome to another practice session here on the practice log. It turns out YouTube is actually recommending these videos to like 3 or 4 people at a time, so maybe I'll try to actually make some content in here. It's going to be kind of like a practice along sort of thing. A drum pad might be helpful. If not, you can always use any surface, drumsticks or fingertips. Today we're just going to be working on a 3/2 polyrhythm that we've been working on throughout this week. I think it is kind of improving, we'll see. We're doing some backbeats, which are sort of rock and roll drum beats, and we're working on some rudiments, which are just the basic strokes of drumming. We're basically just kind of practicing counting to 4 while we're doing different things with our hands, like right, left, left, right, left, and just kind of hammering that out through repetition, doing like 40 measures of just, counting to 4. So if you are feeling like working on some rhythm, or if you have anything really to practice, just pop out your instrument or start knitting or whatever. This video is probably going to be pretty repetitive. Most of it is just for kind of my log to keep an eye on my practice, but a lot of the video is going to end up sounding like this. So there might be something a little relaxing to that, though. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm just going to try a little trick called the disappearing metronome. I'm going to set my metronome to 60 beats per minute. I'm going to tap out 8 notes, and I'm going to try to come down exactly on the beat. And every time that I do that, the sound of the metronome won't be audible to you. So if you hear the metronome, I'm off the beat either before or after it by just a hair or maybe by a lot. If you don't hear the beat, it basically means I'm right on the beat. I expect that you're going to hear most of these beats. I've only been working on this for a couple of days. The first time I only disappeared 1 beat. The second time it was like, 5 or 6. And I was doing this for, minutes at a time. So we'll see how much I can, cover these beats. But here we go. We'll see. What am I doing? Oh, that's why. It's already counting 8th notes. I'm going to do this for about another minute. You can hear, I can hear most of the beats, but I am getting better. Okay. That's enough of that. It's kind of tough, but I think with some practice, it gets easier and easier, and it's just a good way to tell if you are actually playing on the beat, or if, you know, there's that click is coming some other time than you're hitting the drum. Or whatever instrument you're doing. You can do the same thing on a guitar. Just try to cover the sound with a note. Okay, so next up we are going to do some polyrhythm stuff. I'll probably start by just tapping out quarter notes and then going down to quarter note triplets. So what that should kind of sound like is it's counted in 4/4 right now. It'll be like 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a whoops. Yeah, I think that was right. Okay. What we're doing here is like 4 strokes per measure and then going to 6 strokes per 4 beat measure, which basically is just increasing the speed by 50%. And the count that I was doing is just a way to count it in 4/4 time. Really though, I think it comes down to more of a feel than anything. So let's just get going. Let's do like 5 minutes of just. Well, we're going to do 5 minutes, I think, total on this polyrhythm, but we'll just do this for maybe a minute. So let's see. 3, 4, 1. Okay. It's getting better. This, if you watch like the last 2 or 3 videos, actually the last one, it was okay. It was in pretty decent shape. The first couple of videos where I'm demoing this is like terrible. I can't find it. I'm like 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. So just a couple of days of practicing that for like 5 minutes at a time. It pays off. But practice it in different ways. So here, I'm going to involve both sticks. I'm going to do it at the same time, right? So one of them is going to be doing 1, a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 1, and a 2, and a, 1, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 1. And you can actually see it. It's better if I, the pattern is more clear if I choose a different surface for one of the sticks. So here it sounds kind of gallopy, right? 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. You can hear that they are equally spaced notes if I choose to tap on something else. So I'll use the drum pad for one stick and the desk for another. So and. Hopefully that illustrated it a little bit better what was going on. So okay, here we go. I'm going to just tap out on the pad, both sticks. Okay, cool. I'm going to switch to tapping out the quarter notes with my foot. It's going to sound like this. Hopefully that's picking up. There, if I put a little something beneath my foot. Okay. All right, this one's a little tougher. I'm going to stick with one stick, and then eventually I'm going to add in a second stick. So here we go. Okay. It's improving. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's definitely improving. Here, let's switch to both hands. Okay, the last couple of those were a little bit off, I could tell. Let's count out the triplet quarter notes on my foot, with the quarter notes regular ones going with just single stick probably. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Oops. Okay. I think that's all the time we have for this polyrhythm stuff right now. Let's move on. We've been working on, let's do rudiments out of stick control. My drum book is somewhere else, so I'm going to have to do a second clip for that, but that's okay. Stick control, it's inverted, I know. We are working on page 1. This is basically just a series of exercises for stick control. I'm on exercise number 7, I believe, and that is going to be right, left, right, left, right, left, 40 times without stopping, and I expect to fail. It's eighth notes. I'm not sure if I expect to get through this in a easy amount of time, because I'm going to lose count and I'm going to just get frazzled. So it's inverted, so you'll see left, right, left, right, but I'm actually doing the opposite, and it should be counted like this. This is why it's a challenge. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and once you get past that, it's a little bit easier until you get into the 11 and 2 and 17 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that gets a little tougher just because I don't know, maybe I just need to picture the numbers instead of saying them in my head. But let's get started on that and just try to keep it under control. Keep counting to 4. That's sort of the essence of pop music. Counting to 4 different ways. 3, 4, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2. Okay. 2 and 3 and 4. Whoa. I was off. I'm messing up the pattern there. I think. I need to focus. 3. Yeah, that's it. Okay. I'm doing 2 left or 2 rights when I'm not supposed to. Okay. That definitely got a little fatiguing there, keeping the count and keeping the sticks coming down in the right place. I'm going to get up and grab my book. Okay, Drum Book 1 for Music and Arts for the total beginner. We have page 22. So that's bass drum variations. We're still working on backbeat patterns. I think yesterday we got through 18. There's only 4 left. So why don't we just do the rest of those 4 for the rest of this practice session. Just a minute or 2 apiece. Call it good. All right. Start with 19. So I'm going to describe the patterns because, these, I'm not really ready to make a YouTube channel. So I'm not like throwing stuff up on the screen or doing anything. Just going to describe the pattern. There's 8th notes on the hi-hat. The snare drum on each pattern is going to be on 2 and 4. So the consistent part of each pattern is going to be this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the only thing that's going to actually be changing is the bass drum, which is in this case is my foot on a book. It's going to sound like this. So basic backbeat variation bass drum on 1 and 3 is going to sound like 1 and 2 and 3 and. So hopefully you can hear that, hear the bass coming in, quote, unquote. So in this case, the first variation that I'm going to be doing, bass is again on 1, and then it is on the and of 2, 3, and then again on the and of 4. So I'm going to just, for emphasis, I'm going to say like boom when there should be a bass note. Boom, 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 boom. Now I'm just going to play with my foot and shut up. So I'm gonna go up in speed a little bit, maybe to 80. Okay. Go. Okay. Next one. Bass, bass, 2 bass, 3 bass, 4 bass. So bass on the 1 and then again on the and of 2, on the and of 3, and on the and of 4. So boom, 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 boom. Oops. Okay, maybe if I could actually do this right. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Turn on my metronome. 3, 4. Okay. I tried taking my eye off the notes, or the whatever you call that for a drum. The I don't know, whatever. I'm moving on to the next one. So it's 1 and 3 and. Okay, so the bass is on the 1 and the and of 1, and then again on the and of 2, the 3, and the and of 3. Okay, so here we go. Boom, boom. Here, let me demo it first. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, here we go. 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's move on to the next one, number 22. This might actually just be the last one, because I think this video is either approaching or over half an hour right now. So let's just get this one in. So it's 1 and 3 and. So just to spell it out. Bass notes on the 1 and the and of 1, on the and of 2, the 3 and the and of 3, and then the and again of 4. So 2, 3, 4. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so 3, 4. Okay, I hear water going on, so I'm gonna pause this and come back to it later. Okay, I'm just gonna skip to the last one. Well, not skip. I'm going to progress to the last one because the one that we just did was second to last. But this one's gonna be pretty quick because I'm pretty sure we're already over half an hour on this video, and you know I don't want to keep these going on forever. So this one's just a bass note on every eighth note, just like the hi-hat. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, 2, 3, 4. Feels weird. It's kind of a workout. Raise this chair up. This thing is broken. Okay, in this setup that's actually kind of painful. I don't know. It's different, I think, when you're on a stool and hitting an actual bass drum. I'm going to call it there. Good practice. I think this might be one of the last times that we work through that particular set of exercises. So, good seeing you. Thanks for watching.